I beg, buck me at the Emirates. Buck me at the Emirates, because I'll go. You let me know what game you want to go to. Yo, people, what we saying? What we spraying? Back again with another stream. Obviously, Blood Brothers, we're going to be talking all things Arsenal, all things Nottingham Forest. Like, in all honesty, I imagine a lot of this stream to be heavily dominated by Nottingham Forest, as you can probably tell, people, from the from the thumbnail. There's big questions have to be asked of Nottingham Forest. And you know what, Mark? Yeah,
where were you last night, Mark?
Yeah, Mark, he was obviously mentally preparing for today. It's a dark time. It's a dark time for even for me myself, because I can't believe what Ange is doing to Nottingham Forest. Is actually crazy. But we'll get into it. And then obviously, there's only really one thing I want to cover with Arsenal today anyway. So we'll keep it light on the Arsenal stuff. Yeah, Twisted Fate. Big up Hawks and big high line for life, mate. And you know what I'm saying?
I'm not a clown. I never will be, mate.
I can't lie. I need to get a soundboard, so you need to.
Bro, this thing is crazy fun, man.
Yeah,
I only had it like 3 days.
You need to send me the link. I need a soundboard, innit? But
it ain't cheap, man. It ain't cheap.
Okay, cool. Well, we wait till we're Wolfie size in this YouTube thing. Then the hope you get well soon, though. I hear you on the not well at the minute. I'm not well as well. That's why a lot of the morning.
Yo, Ange has done that to Mark already.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah. Yours may be Ange. Mine defo is not Ange. But look, people, you know what to do. Big up Box Fresh. Yes, Hawks respect you. You don't know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Not just for me, but also for my good old buddy, old pal Wolfie over at Forest Fan TV. It is in the title. Likes really do help out what we do over here in this YouTube space. Let's aim for a minimum of 75 likes. Yeah, nice and easy. So I mean, I would ask you how you are, Wolfie, but I kind of know how you are. So let's just get to
woke me up, bro. So you know.
Yeah. I know how you are. But let's get to the brunt of it. Yeah, Ange Postecoglou. Yeah. So look, I'm trying really hard this season. Yeah, really hard this season to not be reactionary with all things football. Yeah, and trying to see maybe a wider view, a wider lens, a bigger perspective. Like, look at things like, cool, it's only been 7 games in the Premier League. I mean, he hasn't managed all 7 of those. I think he's managed 4 of them. Is it 4 now? It's 4 now, isn't it? So cool. 4, yeah, he's only managed 4 Premier League games. Cool. He got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. That one there was a bit mad, considering you had the lead as well. Right. And then he drew against Betis, which away, I think that's a semi-decent result, not too bad. And then he lost to FC Midgetland. I know that's probably not how you say it, but I don't know how to pronounce the name. So it's just not good enough, isn't it? Like at the end of the day, it's just not good enough. Like it's like, cool. Nobody expected him to come in and pull up trees immediately, but we definitely didn't expect him to do this. It's like
I see what you did. I see what you did. You didn't even know you did it, man. You didn't know you did it, bro.
Man, obviously, no pun intended. No pun intended. He it feels like he's pretty much just picked up from where he left, where he was at Tottenham. At least that's the way it's looking like to me at the moment. So where are you where are you kind of at the moment, like with the whole scenario around Ange and Nottingham Forest? Because I'm pretty sure, at least correct me if I'm wrong, the latest that I've kind of heard is that Marinakis isn't necessarily going to sack him, but he is more than willing to sack him if things don't change. But I don't know. I don't know how long the time frame is that he has to change things, because you could end up in a scenario where you don't win for like another 5 games because you got hard fixtures. So yeah, I don't know. What's kind of the lay of the land right now? How you feeling? What do you want to see done? What's gone wrong? And I mean, season 3 always better than season 2.
Yawn cough. Yeah, for me, after the Midgetland one, I was like, all right, I've seen enough. He needs to go, because for a couple of reasons. One, bro, the fans freaking slaughtered him that night, man.
Oh, really?
Sacked in the morning. The home fans were singing sacked in the morning, man. And they went for him. It was harsh, but you know what? People pay their money. They can do and say what they want. I don't really care, right? And I feel a bit bad for him, because under normal circumstances, in 2.5 weeks, or whatever it'd been, 3 weeks, he'd have probably only played 3 games, and yet I had some training time in between. This guy's had a game every other day, right? So I hear it, but you can argue he didn't inherit a team that was fighting relegation. This is a team that's in Europe. This is a team that had over 200 million invested in the summer. So there's like, you can, like, if I give the arguments, then obviously he's probably lost his 3 best players in Douglas Luiz, Murillo, and Aina before he's even walked through the door. So he has some excuses, but it's just not clicking on the pitch, bro. Like, Betis was really good for the first half. Even though we went 1 behind, we just instantly came back and then took the lead. We should have gone 3-1 up. Hudson-Odoi misses an open goal from 2 yards, and that kills the game. So he's had little things, if, buts, and maybes, coulda, shoulda, wouldas within that. But it's the sum of all of it, isn't it? 7 games, all those excuses, all right, cool. But within those 7 games, you didn't beat Burnley, you didn't beat Sunderland, you didn't beat Swansea. Like, these are red flag games. That's the thing. The Arsenal one, I said to you at the time, it's like, all right, whatever, don't count, free hit. And he didn't beat Midgetland, or whatever they're called. That was the one for me that turned me. That Midgetland one. How's that now? You're not doing it. So I'd said I'd give him up to 10 games. Within those 10 games, if there was a red line crossed for me, then time to go. My issue now is that he should have been sacked by yesterday. Excuse me. What you're saying is right. Is like, the reports are that Marinakis will sack him, but may not sack him. He's willing to sack him, doesn't want to. My read of it is that Marinakis wants Marco Silva. Marco Silva his contract's up at the end of the year. If he was to go in for him now, there's a compensation of about 8 million to 10 million is the rumors. I don't know how easy that is to do and deal and what have you. So I don't know if they're looking into that. I just think we got to, the reason I'm saying sack him by yesterday, or just let him carry on and fuck up for the next few games, is you don't want the same scenario that he came into. Nuno went in the last international break at the start of the 2nd week. You then chuck a man in who's got Arsenal in a couple of days, whose players are away on international duty. There's no time with the team. Yeah. Don't repeat the same mistake you made a month ago, right? Either get rid of him at the start, where a new man can come. Let's just say it's hypothetically Marco Silva. He comes in, he has nearly a whole 2 weeks to sort the team out, to get his thing going before you play. We got Chelsea at home. So it's getting to the stage now where I just think they're going to give him up until the next international window. I don't see what difference it makes. I hope it does. I'm Ange out, but I'm Forest first, and I'd rather see him go and win the next few games and think, all right, maybe there is something about it. But the biggest problem he's got is he lost the fan base. And once you lose the fan base, bro, it is hard to get back from that. You got to go some serious W's in a row to win that back. Like, his best chance would be to say draw with Chelsea, then beat Bournemouth. Like, if he was able to beat Bournemouth, he could win fans back because Bournemouth are a bogey team, right? We haven't beat them since 2015. But I can't see us beating Bournemouth, man. They're literally, bro, that's 10 years. 10 years since we last beat Bournemouth. If we've been good, shit, or whatever, we can't beat Bournemouth. So I think he's a dead man walking. I think it's a matter of time. I don't think Forest are in any real kind of trouble, though. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, the team squad is good enough. Douglas Luiz will be back for Chelsea. Murillo will be back for Chelsea. Unfortunately, Zinchenko will be back for Chelsea. That guy is shit, bro. Like, he is shit. He cannot defend, man.
Just quickly, yeah. Just quickly, yeah. On because you said that you don't really think that there's any real worry, concern for Nottingham Forest. Like, we both know how unforgiving the Premier League can be, and if it gets too far, because if you, let's just say you go, so I don't know off the top of my head, but I think there's like
Chelsea, Bournemouth,
four Premier League games between
three Prem and 2 Europa.
So you got three Prem and you got 2 Europa. Yeah, so 5 games.
Check. Yeah, go on.
If he carries on the way that he's been so far with Nottingham Forest, and these are hard games. Like, the games that you have in this next one, they're not easy games. Like, there's not really a game you look there and you go, okay, cool.
Oh, Leeds as well. Sorry, Leeds as well.
Leeds, and even Leeds are looking a bit problematic at the moment. Like, there's no
real. Sorry. My bad. There's only 2 Premier League games. No, hold on. When's the next break?
I think the start of November. I think.
Is that after? Nah, there's. Sorry, carry on. I'll figure it out.
So, if it carries on the way it's been going, you could be in a point where whoever comes in next actually can't repair. Like that, for me, that's the point that you're getting to, because, hey, Wolfie, you're 17th in the table.
Yeah, but 17th.
Your last
right now. The next international break is end of November. So we got one
end of November. Oh, so you got a few games then.
6. We got 6 games.
6 in totality.
So we got Chelsea at home, Porto at home, Bournemouth away, United at home, Sturm Graz away, and then Leeds at home. And then there's the break, yeah.
Like, I know we're only 7 games in, Wolfie, but you're 17th in the table. In your last,
I'm not worried about the table. The table's not bothering me. Right?
I mean, the table is what you should really
no,
worrying about.
It's not. I get why you like the table right now. I hear it, yeah, but we both know the table, it doesn't start to take shape till 10 to 12 games.
No. In normal scenarios, I would agree with you, but again, we're talking very specifically about what's happening now, and the run you're about to go in. I'll be honest. I think there's a potentiality that you could beat Chelsea, but that's only because Chelsea are a very they're very hot and cold team, very hot and cold. Like, if Chelsea come on their A game, then they probably beat you. If they don't come with the A game, you could probably get a draw or even snatch a win. But it all really depends on which Chelsea turns up. Bournemouth, I'll be honest,
no chance.
No chance.
There's no Forest fan that will say Forest will beat Bournemouth. Trust me.
No chance. And that, obviously, you got your hoodoo voodoo with them. And at the moment, Bournemouth are playing out of their skin, especially Semenyo. Like, Semenyo, against Ange football is going to thrive in ways
especially Zinchenko's playing.
The ways that's not even imaginable. So we can obviously, these are predictions, but I think we can both agree that's potentially a draw and a loss. At worst case scenario, that's 2 losses. So then after that, you have Leeds. Yeah.
United and Leeds.
Oh, you have United. Now,
They're both winnable. They're both winnable.
I mean, see, now it depends because United, when they come back from the international break,
Liverpool,
if they get something from Liverpool, that will give them such a boost. It will give them such a boost that could actually be it's Man United, but it's still a hard game. I found that out. It's still a hard game. Like, yeah, Man United, yeah, they're up and down, they're they're not Man United of what they once were, but it's still a hard game. Leeds, okay, not by much, but Leeds are above you. You never would have expected this at this point in the Premier League. You like if I said to you, or if anyone said to you before a game started in the Premier League that Leeds will be above you at game week 7, you would have laughed at me the whole stream. The whole stream would have laughed at me. Yeah, but so these are not easy games.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They're not easy games, but they're not Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool. You get me?
Yeah, but that doesn't. But this is the thing. It doesn't matter because every game in the Premier League is a hard game. Okay, there's the only easy game. Yeah, and maybe this is me being a bit disrespectful. The only easy game I honestly think that most teams can look at and go, you know what, that's an easy game, is Burnley.
Yeah, we drew them, bro.
There you go.
The only easy game right now is Forest. Let's be real. The only easy game is Forest.
I don't think Forest is a easy game in general. I think maybe for certain teams that play in a certain way, it's an easier game. But you're in a really
no, it is. I'll tell you why. Because what I'm seeing here is the two different styles. You know, let's just be binary with it, right? Most teams either low block against you or they play out against you in a very simplistic world. Okay.
Yeah.
We had Burnley low block, Sunderland low block. He couldn't break them down. We had Arsenal play out. We had, it was the other one who played. Newcastle played out against us. He couldn't keep a clean sheet. So neither style of team against Forest right now is suiting what Ange is doing. You get me? We like when we played you and we played Newcastle, we couldn't control the midfield, which loses you the game. When we played those other two, we had the possession, but their shape was tight. They were like compact. He didn't know how to break them down. So neither style is suiting him. So I do agree with you. There's no easy games, but I do feel against United is an easy game. And if you do the maths on United, they're doing their whole can't win 2 games in a row. When it comes to Forest, they should be on their 1 win. So they should lose that game as well. You get me, sir? That's like
we're definitely getting into the realms of hoodoo. Like,
also don't forget Ange beat Amorim 4 times last season.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
So look, but if he's getting to United without a win, then Marinakis needs to hold some serious smoke to have let it gone that far. Forget getting to the second international window. Forget that. Like, he should have been gone by yesterday. Marco Silva is what I don't get, bro. Right? You've got 8 million as the compensation, and you see this a lot of times in football. Why the fuck do clubs suddenly tighten up their assholes when it comes to managerial compensations when they shit out money on shit players for like 30 or 40 million? But the manager, who you could argue is the most important piece on that chessboard, suddenly it's like, oh shit, we got to pay 10 million for him. Oh shit, we're going to have to give Ange 2 million in compensation. That's chump change to these clubs. There isn't like a fucking different pot of money for managers and a different pot of money for the player. Man, it all comes out of the same checkbook. You get me? So I don't know why they're doing that. I just think Marinakis, this is what I'm reading. If he doesn't sack him in this international break, he's looking at it thinking, all right, we're not going to get relegated. We're in Europa. I want to get to the end of the year and get Silva for free. Because Marinakis tends to, more times than not, hire managers that are out of jobs rather than pay compensation, which I don't get. But that's just what he does.
Wolfie, that's such a risky game.
I'm not saying that's what I do.
Like, do you know what we have to? Okay, the one thing that we have to appreciate, yeah, with Ange Postecoglou, yeah, because you just said you're not getting relegated. If the bottom three wasn't solidified from like game week 5 last season,
yeah,
he probably would have got Tottenham relegated.
I know, yeah.
Like him getting you man relegated is not out of the realms of the possibility, and it has nothing to do with Nottingham Forest, because I think you got an amazing squad. I'm actually like, well, I'm not super baffled why you're 17th because of your manager, but like outside of your manager, like I'm very shocked that you guys are 17th because you actually have a lot of quality in your squad. Yeah, but he can make it happen, and if Marinakis doesn't make the hard call early enough, whoever comes in next, they just might not save it.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you on the squad. But what I will say is these fucking frauds need to hold some smoke for their performances as well, bro. Like, this is where I feel sorry for Postecoglou. When I say I feel sorry,
they're downing tools.
Right, it's not even downing tools. They're playing shit. They're playing shit, bro. Do you think a player's down tools by missing a goal from 2 yards? Open goal.
Okay, that's bad.
Okay. Chris Wood fucking misses a header from 3 yards that he doesn't even hit it on target against, it was that Sunderland, I think it was. There's been your boy Zinchenko fucking clowns it into the back of his own net.
He's not my
clown.
Boy.
That's not. He's your boy, man. He's still contracted to you. He's your boy, man.
No. By the time he leaves you, he won't have a home. So it's all good.
Oh, he's out of contract, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out of contract.
He's going to come out with a beggar bowl outside the Emirates. But yeah, I ain't having him back, man. I ain't having him back. He's the worst defender I've ever seen. Well, not ever seen, man. I've had Bonga left back, but he's a good midfielder. I just don't get why people, and he's slow, man. He's so fucking slow. I've never seen a guy move like he's got concrete in his boots, man. Anyway, what was the question? I forgot.
Yeah, it's not really a question. It's just a whole bunch of statements. Like you're in a very dark space. You're in a very
I hear what people are trying to run with this narrative, but I'm still not in this fucking oh shit. I still think we move up the table, right? It depends.
It's possible. It is possible.
Yeah, but I agree with it. Look, I think this is where I am. I think what happens in this next month determines where Forest can fight for in the Premier League, right? So if we shit the bed in this next month and we end up LLL, for example, then the best Forest can get this season is 12th, right? If we do okay, if we get 2 wins, a draw or whatever, then that steadies the ship. We're back to normal. We can look top half again. But this month is that key. That's why I think he should have pulled the trigger. If he pulls the trigger after November, then the horse is bolted. You may as well have just stuck with him and get silver for free at the end of the season.
I think that you have to sack him today.
Yesterday.
Yeah? Well, yesterday, yeah. I mean, even after... Well, there's a few reasons why I think that it needs to be more immediate than delayed, yeah, is because if you look at Ange when he was at Tottenham, yeah, he didn't really like avert his style or take a more defensive approach until he was pretty much forced into it. Like injuries, and then it probably came to a point where he knew that he was being sacked, so he kind of wanted to leave on like some sort of high for himself, so he could be like, yeah, okay, but look at me, look what I did for you lot. And it's only really in those last few like Europa League games and that final part of the season that he took on a defensive approach. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, against who was your last game? Was
Newcastle.
He played with 3 at the back, right?
And he went defensive.
Now,
yeah.
So now this is my thing, yeah. But didn't you sign him to make you more of an attacking? Like, literally, that's why you signed him, right? So So if I'm Marinakis, yeah, and I'm sitting there in the stadium, I'm going, wait, why did I sack Nuno to bring you in for you to play free at the back? Because I mean, if I wanted to play free at the back, a more defensive style, I just should have kept Nuno because Nuno's better at it. Do you know what I mean? So he's already kind of like, and you can tell in like press conferences, he's going into that.
Bro, did you hear him bite back?
Yeah, like he's already.
You're a disappointment. You were a disappointment to your parents. They gave up on you and all this shit. Man.
He's already doing all of this. It's what and was it I don't know if it was the Newcastle game or the Midgetland game, but literally when the game ended, none of the players interacted with him.
No, that's bollocks.
Oh, that's actually
yeah. You're talking about that. Oh, what's that reporter called? Chat. What's his name? I think he's the Newcastle reporter. I gone blank on his name. That little video he put up.
Yeah,
it was bollocks. It was out of context. He'd already been with the players, saved them up and everything, right? And then it was in that 15. Craig Hope, thank you, Ashley. That was it. Yeah, he was just doing a fucking out of context thing.
Oh, so out of context. Okay,
yeah.
Fair.
But I have heard there have been a few arguments behind the scenes, right, between him and Gibbs White and Milenkovic, for example, right? But but you expect arguments, you know what I'm saying? The thing for me is what you're saying on the style of play. I hear it, but you also want a manager who can be balanced, right? So when you go away to, let's say, the Emirates, you don't want your team going fucking toe-to-toe with Arsenal. Arsenal struggle more against a low block, for example, and a pacey counter-attack. So you got horses for courses, isn't it? Nuno had to go. There's people running this narrative, even Forest fans saying, oh, we should have just, done whatever to keep Nuno. But once you open your mouth like that, I'll say this to Forest fans that think, well, they should have made peace. Nuno came out and spoke out about the owner, okay? And he cried that he wasn't getting time with the owner. If a player, so let's just put this scenario. If a player came out in the media, let's just say a player that doesn't play a lot for Forest, who would that be? Let's say Ryan Yates came out in the media and said, you know what? I'm feeling really hurt because Nuno hasn't spoken to me for a couple of weeks, or I don't get to speak to Nuno every single day. I feel like the relationship isn't the same as last year. Bro, that player would be out on his ass in the next transfer window. That's just how it works. Like, so it's okay for Nuno to say it, but if someone said it to Nuno, he'd be kicking off as well. So Nuno had to go. Yeah. And I've said it from the start, this has got nothing to do with the football on the pitch with Nuno. I think Forest were getting found out, because let's not act like Forest form going into this season was exemplary. We were shit in preseason. Yeah. We bottled it at the end of last year, right? Yes, we recruited a squad that should be competing for a European spot this season, but the form and momentum was shit. So there are layers to this whole debate. But Nuno had to go. Now, Nuno going doesn't mean that Ange is the right appointment. That's the thing here. Because this is where the revisionism comes in. People saying, oh, you should have kept Nuno. No, we should have hired the right manager for the right squad. And I always say, like, Steve Cooper, his style was here, as in defensive, low block. Nuno was here, counter-attacking. Yeah. I wanted someone like a Marco Silva who's about here, balanced, attack, low block. He went here, Postecoglou. And this is what I said when we hired him. I was like, you don't jump from here to here. If you want to get to Postecoglou, you got to go through a Marco Silva. You got to go through managers like that. Take that step before you jump 2 steps. And you don't need to go to that level, bro. There's like, you lot don't play it like that, gun-ho football. Man City don't play like that, gun-ho football. There's not many teams, man. You got to go back to like prime Galactico Real Madrid to be seeing that Galactico high press level of craziness, right? So that's my thing with it. There should have been that pre-step before you go for an Ange Postecoglou. So the issue isn't that Nuno got sacked. The issue is the appointment was wrong. And this is where Marinakis has been here since what, 2017? Now, I have not had any issue with anything he's done. I've had one issue before Postecoglou, where for me, he didn't sack Cooper early enough.
Okay.
So I called him out on that. I've now called him out on this. And look, 2 mistakes for me in how long's 27? So 7 years.
7, 8
no,
years.
more than that. 7 years. 8 years. It is an exemplary record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just now correct it, and move on. Now, the other thing is, once he appoints Ange Postecoglou, it's out of my hands. I ain't got a say in who he appointed, right? Yeah. So I got to look at it and think, all right, Marinakis has got 99.8% of things right so far. Has he seen something in this brother that I've missed? Let me give him a few games. Let me run my own assessment. Not on what he did at Spurs, because doing that is crazy, because Spurs are a fucking joke club anyway. Everyone knows that, yeah? They have delusions of grandeur. They have had Mourinho, Conte, their messiah in Pochettino, all won them nothing, and suddenly you got this guy who's won them something. Yet they still cuss him down instead of at least being thankful for what he's done. So I'm like, okay, you can't judge Spurs on anything because they're a joke club. Let's see what Postecoglou does. I'll give him up to 10 games. And that was my stance on it. Doesn't mean I wanted him. Wolverine right in history. He wanted to be entertained. He was happy. Yeah, there was signs in there. But I'm sure Arsenal fans at some point were happy with what Arteta was doing 3 years ago in the style of play you had, but you want nothing with it. And all those Arsenal fans that are happy then, happy now, well, probably now, but were you happy last season with Arteta?
I'm with Mark, man. When we talk about good ownership, yeah. When we talk about good ownership, I'd put Marinakis there. Like, I would put Nottingham Forest. I think the way that Marinakis behaves with his club is the way that most people would probably want their owner to behave with their club. Like, he puts the club first. He's always willing to spend money. He makes big decisions. Like, he's brash. Like, he's also very, very present. Like, he goes to a lot of games, if not all of them. So,
and he owns 4 clubs, bro.
And he owns 4 clubs. So he's very, very present. Like, he's clearly trying his best to take Nottingham Forest back to their heyday. Like, it's very clear that he's very clear that he's trying to do that. But this mistake could be of a level that just completely ruins all of the good stuff that he's done thus far.
Agreed. Because let's run the scenario that some of the haters are excited about. Let's say Forest get relegated. That means the last 4 years meant fuck all.
Pretty much. Well, not
Europa League. No, it means fuck all. It means absolutely fuck all. All right, Forest are in a better financial position. We'll have better players. You probably bounce straight back up because the championship is shit. But it means fuck all because you're restarting the clock. Let's just say Forest go down and back up.
Then you'd hit 1 million subs, by the way.
Then what? Yeah, but then what?
Yeah, if you got
bro, I'm not doing championship, bro. I'm not doing fucking championship for another 23 years, bro. Fuck that shit, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in school, right? Forest in my school time, finishing 3rd, finishing 7th, fucking having FA Cup beef with Spurs and everything like that, yeah. Then we go down, then we come back up. Van Hooijdonk comes, goal scores, this, that, and yeah. We go back down. And then you're in, you know what I'm saying, school chatting, playground talk and everything. Suddenly Forest is never spoken about, man. I'm sitting there listening to those dickhead Spurs fans, mates of mine, United fans, you know what I'm saying? And everyone, oh, where are you guys in the championship? Or it wasn't even called championship back then, was it? It's like, what was it called? League One, Division 1, whatever. So it's like, and then it's like, and then it just fades into nothing, right? It might, like, me, my brother, my best mate, and my cousin had this WhatsApp group for donkey's years, yeah? every day we're talking about football, and the Saturdays talking about football. It's like one's a United fan, one's a Spurs fan, one's a Liverpool fan, and there's me, right? Every now and again, it would be like Spurs would be playing Liverpool or whatever. Conversations going, oh, what a goal or what a miss. And then like, did Forest play today? You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's like the token gesture thing, right? Forest are back where they need to be. Forest, we're doing fucking streams on Forest, bro, right? You got fucking Never Foul running Forest as the headline when we lose and stuff, right? Forest are back in where they belong. I ain't going back to 23 years in the wilderness, man. Not doing that shit with my club, man. I love this club too much. This club needs to be doing what it needs to be, building on what it did last year, not wrecking it.
Yeah. And I mean, I think even if he does, let's just say he does decide to not sack him now, and he does give him that like until the next international break, I think if he ends up losing another European game, he will probably sack him.
How about this? I promise you that if he makes it to Chelsea and we go a goal behind, it could be the first minute, it could be the last minute. That City ground atmosphere is going to be one of the most toxic environments you will ever hear.
You should go.
How's this for crazy? The fans are so pissed off. Porto tickets went on sale, which is our second European home game in 30 years. Bro, it's gone to general sale.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. People are fucking pissed, bro. The fan base is fuming. Marinakis needs to listen. And if he's not listening, he needs to look at the lack of zeros that are coming in off that. Now, I haven't looked at it today. I don't know if Mark's seen it or whatever, if it has sold out or not. But when people are that pissed, just put yourself in this mindset, in like our mindset, right? You've been out of Europe for 30 years. You have European heritage coming out of your ass. And your tickets go on to general sale for your second home game back in Europe. Fucking start listening to the fans.
Against Porto as well.
Huh?
Against Porto as well.
Against Porto, yeah. Big team, good European name.
That's crazy.
So Marinakis needs to start listening.
And he definitely seems like someone that, yeah, if you start fucking up my money, we're gonna have big problems. You know, he does seem like that kind of guy.
He does. The thing is, he does listen to. He is wary of what the fans think. Right? I get loads of messages on WhatsApp from the club saying, like, what do you think the feeling is in the fan base, or you know, what are you kind of sensing and what have you. But they don't make their decisions on the fans. They've made that like crystal clear to me, right? So they will account to it. But he has made decisions in the past where the fans' thoughts have been part of it. For example, after we lost to Leeds in our first year back, and it just felt like Cooper was done. And I was like, fucking finally, right? He didn't sack him because he sat down and he assessed. He goes, because the home fans were still behind Cooper, as in when he went to the City ground, they were still singing his name and shit. He didn't want to make that environment toxic. And our home form was still keeping us afloat because we weren't losing at home. We were drawing a lot, but we weren't losing. So he didn't want to rock that boat because he felt that if he sacked Cooper, the ground turns toxic at home, whoever came in. He could have brought fucking Pep in and it would have gone toxic. So that's where he does take things into account. Where he doesn't care is if I was to say, oh, he's a dickhead for doing this or whatever, he doesn't care about fan perception of him. As in, he's prepared to take that hit if he thinks it's for the betterment of the club. So I respect that. I respect that. But bro, something's got. I agree. Today's the latest day to sack him. Otherwise, it's Marinakis has made another mistake. But we could be sitting here in a month. Forest could have won 3 out of 4 games, and suddenly we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know, bro. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just to like, obviously, like in the world of football, you never know what is actually gonna happen. You anticipate one thing, and then the complete opposite happens, or you're like me, someone who is a bit of a master and predicted the whole thing, but nobody ever listened. You know, like everyone was saying, "Oh, the league is Liverpool's already. 5 out of 5. Arsenal have lost the game, drew a game, obviously drew to Man City, lost to Liverpool. Everyone was losing their minds. Everyone was crying, Arsenal has won the league already. All of that rubbish." But I went, whoa, by the way, it's only been 5 games. So what happens if in the next 5 games, Arsenal win all 5 and Liverpool lose, draw, and win 3? What then? Oh, that'll never happen. Oh, Liverpool amazing. Oh, they got Isak.
You got a decent run coming up.
Oh, they got Verts. Oh, they went one step worse. They lost 2 games. They've lost their last in the Premier League. I'm talking in the Premier League. They've lost their last 2 games. They've lost their last 2 games back to back. L's. Yeah, Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Dark. Yeah, it seems like going that southwest of London is not too. It's not too nice for them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I was saying that, yeah, cool, you've won your games. Well played. But you're playing shit. Like, it's undeniable. You're playing shit. Your players are playing shit. Overall, you just look shit. But you're scraping them like they was known late winners in games. Yeah. It's not told them it's not sustainable. Yeah. But everybody was too focused on Arsenal. As it always is, everyone's just focused on Arsenal. Oh, we're winning games. What are you doing? You lost to us. Free kick. You drew with Man City. What's going on? Everybody was writing off Arsenal. But now I'm sitting here, yeah, at game week 7 has just finished, yeah, and we're top of the league, yeah. Now, I don't think Arsenal being top of the league at game week 7 means anything, yeah.
No, it does.
Just the same way that I didn't think that Liverpool being top of the league at game week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 didn't mean anything.
That's why it does mean something, bro. Because
no, it doesn't.
Remember that fraud Cal? He's probably watching. That fraud Cal, whenever we called him out on stuff, what was his answer? If we're so crap, why are we still top?
Yeah.
We're still top of the league. So I need to hear that same energy from you to Cal. Remember what I said to him last week? I said 5 o'clock. If Arsenal go top of the league and Hooks calls you, you better answer that phone. Did you call him?
I called him and he was at the Chelsea ground, didn't it? But he didn't answer at first. But then he called me back and he was like, "Yeah, I'm at the ground." But he sounded defeated. Yeah, I'm at the ground.
All right. I just remember that. Do not forget, because I specifically asked him. I said, "Does it mean something?" He's like, "Well, we're top. Why is everyone else so shit if we're top?" So it does matter in that context. Obviously, I agree with you. In the overall context, it doesn't matter.
But do you know what my thing is? I want to know why. No, you man, don't change your minds now. Like, I don't want to see anyone changing their mind. I'm seeing people saying, "Oh, Arsenal are the favourites now." No, I don't want to. I think I see. Who was it? Saeed changed his prediction. Oh, I predicted wrong. I think Arsenal are the favourites. No, don't you man change. Yeah. You man stick to your guns, because you man told me it was impossible for Arsenal to do anything this season. You man told me Red Galacticos. You man told me Isak. You man told me Verts, by the way, 009 on the way to completing his second James Bond film. Yeah, he's on the way. Yeah. Don't change up now just because you see Arsenal top of the. Because the thing is with me, I know that Arsenal can go to Craven Cottage and draw.
Yeah, you struggled there, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
I've seen you lose there. You lost there recently.
Yeah, I know we're capable of doing that. This is why I'm not, because to me, I was always told, yeah, that the title race doesn't begin to March, April. I was always told that. But for some reason, this season, the title race started in the September. For some reason, it started in
finished
September.
In game week 5.
Yeah. So look. So I guess a few things. Yeah. Like, I think Arsenal have performed the most consistently across all teams in the Premier League. Yeah, I think we've had the most consistent.
I'd say Bournemouth and Palace.
I don't think so, but It's a good shout. But I think Arsenal have performed the most consistently. And I think that even in a scenario where I do drop points against teams, it doesn't affect the players. Do you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, we lost to Liverpool, but we won our very next game. Yeah, we drew to Man City, but we won our very next game. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we're not the players mentally. I feel like they're super locked in, and this is why I feel like Arsenal. Well, I always felt like Arsenal were the favourites to win the league. Like I at least pinned them down as the favourites to win the league, innit? Like we don't really have that kind of issue of like players needing to gel. We don't really have that issue of like Slot needing to figure out his best team, his best 11. Don't really have to do that because like Arteta's been there for time. He he knows what works. He knows the pieces that he needed. We got those pieces. The squads is filled out now. And on top of everything else, he's actually rotating a lot. There's no game where we've started the same lineup back to back in the Premier League. Every Premier League game we've started with a different lineup. So we're rotating our squad and we're still getting results. Be it as it may, lost to Liverpool, drew Man City, but we're top of the league while rotating. Not a lot of people can say that. So I just think at the moment, Arsenal are super strong. But I do think that personally, I think it's a bit too early to make any grand conclusions about anything in this season. But do you think, because obviously now Arsenal, I think Arsenal have been made the favourites, like by the bookies. Do you think it's right or wrong that people are changing their minds about Arsenal's, I guess, ability to win the Premier League this season?
Look, football fans are reactionary. Yeah. So last international break, you just lost to, or you just drawn to someone. I can't remember who. You were 5 points behind. Who did you lose? You just lost to Liverpool going into that international break, if I remember rightly. That sound right?
I think that was the first international break after the Liverpool game.
No, you played us. You played us the first game after the international break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
You just lost it. Everyone was laughing at Arsenal. Arsenal fans were fighting and all have you. We're only 3.5 weeks later, and the table's turned. I said to you 2 weeks ago, you're out of it until you're back in it.
Yeah,
you're back in it. And this is the thing with football. This is how it works. All I would say is everything's reactionary, man. When Liverpool won their first 5 games, they're gonna go invincible. When Forest have lost 3 games, they're getting relegated. There's no balance now in conversations when it comes to football. It's week by week. If you go and lose to, if you got Fulham next.
Yeah, Fulham.
You lose to Fulham and Liverpool beat United, Arsenal have cracked under pressure will be the narrative, right?
Yeah.
If Liverpool lose to United and you beat Fulham, Liverpool are out the title race, sack slot. That's going to be the narratives. We know them, bro. We live them day in, day out. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Okay. I agree with what you say. It's too early. It's way too early. I just look statistically on the track record of Arteta. He, for me, is still your weakness. I get what you're saying. Maybe you're thinking he's adapting. Maybe he's learning. Maybe he's rotating the squad.
But he's our strength now.
I don't
Do you know? Okay, look. So just on the Arteta thing, I did a video on this, but just really quickly on the Arteta thing, yeah. So my biggest issues with Arteta, was his inability to use the depth of his squad and his in-game management. His decision making when it came to substitutions in games to kind of change what's going on was very poor. This season, in every single game, not only has he used the depth of the squad, he's also made early substitutions in the second half.
Yeah, but
And on Newcastle game, his sub changed the game.
Yeah, in Newcastle game, yes.
Man City game, his sub changed the game.
Okay, but let's not talk. Wait, what do you mean the Man City game his sub changed the game?
Because he brought on Martinelli, and Martinelli scored the equalizer.
Okay, but you're giving stuff out of context, bro. In those games, the sub for Man City was a correction of his initial fuck up of his setup.
Yeah, but this is where. But this is
like sometimes the sub thing is good, but let's look at the bigger picture where his setup was fucked up.
But this is where, this is where I think it's one of those scenarios where your dislike for Arteta is overriding everything else because
I don't look
because managers, hear me out. Yeah, you can't. Well, I'm not saying you specifically, but me personally, I can't complain at Arteta for not using the depth of his squad and rotating. And then when he does use the depth of his squad and rotate, slew him. I can't do that.
Okay, but you're also boxing one conversation outside of the rest of the conversation. Tactically, he's still weak, bro. There's no way your team. I'll tell you why. The one for me, the two games of the Liverpool and the Man City, right?
Just on the Liverpool one though, before you go, like that's a game where we shouldn't have lost. Like, because we actually lost.
Yeah, but you did.
To a fluke. No, we actually lost to a fluke. Like, it was at that goal, confirmed fluke. Because Szoboszlai, in games after, has had many occasions where he's had the same sort of free kick from easier positions and he sent it to space.
Bro, that's a crazy statement.
So there is a freak goal. It's a freak goal.
That's a crazy statement.
I lost it, Wolfie. I lost to Liverpool at Anfield from a freak wonder goal. You can't blame that on Arteta.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You can't blame that on Arteta.
I'll tell you why you can. You were comfortably the better team in that game.
No, we weren't.
No, you were. You were. Liverpool were not at the races, bro.
The first half, we edged towards us. The second half, edged towards them.
Okay, let me finish my statement. You, for me, were comfortably the better team. Okay, you were not set up to attack in that team. You have one of the strongest defenses in Europe. You do not need to play 7 defensively minded players against any team. If let's just say Saliba and Gabriel are fit and I know Saliba went off early that game, there is no need for you to go that defensive. You should be showing chest as a team, whoever you go up against, whoever you go. You may want to say the exception of Real Madrid and all those. I don't even think you should do it for those, right? I think that he got it tactically wrong in those games because of his mentality. Okay. And this is where I worry down the road. Now, something you said a couple of weeks ago that I kind of agree on, I think it was on Potts' channel, when we were doing our Thursday show, was that at some stage you expect the players to just play and do their thing. I agree with that. Like, your best chance of winning this league is if the players take it into their own hands and just do it. Arteta is not going towards the business end of the season. He's gonna go more defensive than he is attacking. That's my worry with it. He's gonna go more conservative than he is gonna go expansive. If Arsenal just put 4 out there at the back, trusted their defense, you had Zubimendi, Rice, whatever you want to do in that balance, and then played like an Eze in the 10, and just said, if I was the Arsenal manager, I'd be like, right, this is the team, boys. I trust each and every one of you. You go out there and play football. That's all the instructions they need from an offensive side of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? They have that much talent to do that. You don't need to go over defensive. I worry that at the thick end of the season, he's going to go conservative. He's going to cost you in his setup and tactics. Now, the other thing I would say is that in all this conversation, there's 2 words you haven't said that I think is the biggest issue in all of this, and that's Manchester City. I still think they win the league. I said it at the start of the season.
Nah, man, I'm not.
You can't now man me on that. You cannot now man me on that.
I'm not doing that. I'm not entertaining. Do you know what it is? Like, this is where, again, I think that people just hate Arsenal. Honestly, this is one of these scenarios.
Why do you jump to hate Arsenal when you know my boy supports Arsenal?
And just because your son supports Arsenal doesn't mean that you can't hate them. So and then people are gonna be or victim. But this is scenarios like this where I just go, you know what? People just hate Arsenal because at the very moment that Liverpool let it slip, instead of going, oh, you know what? I think Arsenal might do it this year. They go, oh, nah, man. I think it's Man City's now. Oh, Man City are 5th.
Okay. At what stage have I not said Man City are winning this league?
Well, Man City are 5th.
Okay, but answer my question. At what
Man
stage?
Below Spurs and Bournemouth. Like,
okay, again, at what stage from today to the summer have I not said Man City are winning it?
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, like, even for me personally, for you or anybody to say that.
No, but you cannot jump to I hate Arsenal because I said you're not going to win it. That's a mad jump, bro. That's a mad jump. Wait, hold on. You know, my hatred lies in 2 teams in this league, Spurs and United. You know that when Forest were fucking doing their thing in the Championship, I'm there praying that Arsenal win the league or that Liverpool win the league or that Chelsea win the league to stop those scumfuckers from United winning the league. So you know that some of the best football players I've ever seen in my lifetime are the likes of Henry, are the likes of Bergkamp, Vieira, and everything. And you know those are the standards that your club should be held to. Those kind of standards, okay? So for you to jump just because I'm not predicting Arsenal going to win the league equals I hate Arsenal is a crazy take. You know I have to spend money on Arsenal to get my son his Arsenal shit, man.
I just think anyone like, even the fact that you haven't pivoted from Man City to Arsenal winning it when, let's be honest, Man City beat Wolves 4-0. Yeah. Immediately after that, they lost back-to-back Tottenham and Brighton. Yeah. And then they beat Manchester United because it's Manchester United, right? Just like how you said, when we go to face Manchester United, they probably would have won their game prior, which means we're going to beat them. We all know Manchester United have their woes. So then they draw to us 1-1 in a game where they was forced into playing low block. Hear me out.
Okay.
Manchester City played a low. Pep Guardiola played a low block. And then they beat Burnley 5-1. Yeah?
Okay. What's your point?
Brother, these men are beating up teams that that they should be beating up. Like, they haven't done anything magical.
When have I said that?
They haven't done anything magical.
Wait, when did I say that?
So yeah, cool. You can, I mean, based off of the season that they had last year, for anyone to say, you know what, I think Manchester City are going to win the league this season, I think is absolutely mad just in itself. Not saying that they won't be around, because obviously they will challenge, they will compete because they're Man City. They got really good players. Pep's their manager. But to say that they're the favourites to win it, to me, is absolutely mad.
Now, I said they're favourites. I said I think they're going to win it.
Yes, okay, cool. So in your mind, they're favourites. That's exactly what it means. So then to then go, in the scenario that we're facing right now, to not pivot and go, you know what, I think Arsenal might win it, you know, but that to double down on Manchester City because Liverpool are now falling by the wayside, even though temporarily, I think that's an indicator that more so than anything, people can't do balance with Arsenal. Maybe that's better to say.
Why do you turn my prediction on who wins the league into an Arsenal thing?
People can't do balance on Arsenal.
No, we can do balance on us. Okay, let me
tell
ask
you
you
why.
this.
I'll tell you why.
You-
Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why people can't do balance with Arsenal. Yeah, because if Arsenal was in the exact same situation that Manchester City are in right now, nobody would be saying they're going to win the league.
Why would they not, though?
Nobody would.
Why would they not?
To me, it doesn't matter why. Nobody would be saying
because of your manager, bro. Okay, let me ask you this: Are you fully behind and you Arteta in now?
Of course not.
Okay, so why not?
He still has to regain he has to rebuild the relationship, but he's currently working on rebuilding that. Just
okay,
because,
but he's not there for you yet.
But the thing is, yeah. See, I don't look at football in this really weird reactionary way. Yeah, all I know is by my problems and my issues with Mikel Arteta that led me to losing faith in him. He is addressing them.
Okay, but he hasn't.
He's actually addressing them. Like,
yeah?
And we look more of a dominant force than anybody in the Premier League right now.
So he hasn't fully addressed them. So you are not fully.
No, it's not that he hasn't. No. It's not that he hasn't fully addressed them. It's just that
for a sustained period.
It takes more than 9 games for me to change my mind on something.
Okay, so why? So I agree with what you're saying, and I think that's a balanced approach to it. But you're an Arsenal fan, right? You would be, I would assume, more willing to be like, you know what, I was wrong about Arteta, because at the end of the day, you being wrong about Arteta benefits you as a football fan because it means your clubs want something. Yeah, would you agree with that statement?
To a degree.
What do you mean to a degree? If you're wrong about Arteta, it means you probably won the league or you won the Champions League. Fucking hell, why is there always a delivery when we're on every stream, bro?
Always. Well, by the way, people, obviously Wolfie has the black card. Do you know why he has the black card? Because he has thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. Do you know how we got that? By people hitting the like button. If you could kindly hit the like button to get me to the point where whenever I'm on a stream, all you hear is ding dong because I've got something new coming through, it would be much appreciated. Let's get the likes up. You know, then we're there. Big up AMT with the super chat. Yeah, so wrong about Ange. Maybe you're about Arsenal. And he came again with a chat. Wolfie, you're nothing but a rage bait. I don't agree with that one, but on panel shows, I definitely think that.
What the hell have I said today? It's a rage bait.
It
ain't me, Karma. It's my missus. I don't know what it is, man. All I know is I've paid for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my point I was making is you would be smiling, sitting here at the end of the season, hands up, saying, I was wrong about Arteta, he got me over the line, wouldn't you? Let's be real. If you won the league.
No. I wouldn't be here. I would be lean up in N5.
Okay, you get my point, though. You get my point. So you are willing, my point is you are more willing to change on Arteta. For me, on Arteta, I don't have that attachment to Arsenal the way you do. You know what I'm saying? It's not there. So I can look at it objectively. I still do not see enough in what he's done this season to convince me that when you come to the business end of the season, that he's going to go for it, that he's not going to, he's going to risk losing at the sake of winning.
Yeah, but that's a cop out because he can't show you what he's like in the business end because we're not in the business end.
Yeah, he can show me because hold on. Are you good enough to beat Man City at home?
At home?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Man City set you up to beat Man City at home?
If Man City play how Man City usually play, yes, we are.
So because Man City set up differently, you think what?
They went into the lowest of low blocks that I have ever seen in my life. Manchester City. I'm not talking about Wolves. I'm not talking about West Ham. I'm not talking about Brentford. I'm not talking about Burnley. I'm not talking about Sunderland. I'm talking about 4P, Centurions, Pep Guardiola. Manchester City was playing football like they was managed by David Moyes. Yeah. And do you know why they did that? Because we are the dominant force in the league.
Oh, okay, hold on. What's
demand
Arteta's
respect.
Achilles heel when it comes to facing team styles?
I mean, I'm starting to think that it's a bit of a myth now, the whole low block thing. We struggle against low blocks because if you look over like a course or period of like
Yeah, but where you have fucked up has been over
80
that.
games, we've won more than not in it. Like I think
I just think it's mad to say
when,
that the only reason you didn't beat Man City was because they low blocked.
It's not the only reason. But the way that Manchester City approached the game after going a goal up is a major factor in why we drew.
I see. This is the thing. I think this is me personally, and I don't know if you're going to call this Arsenal hate. I think you are good enough to beat Man City at home, whatever Pep sets them up in, whatever he sets them up in.
No.
Why?
Because Manchester City are a very good team, Wolfie.
Are they a good defensive team?
I don't disrespect teams. I don't go, oh, I'm Arsenal, I'm playing at home, I should by default win the game. I don't do that. I'm not
saying by default. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think Man City have a strong defense?
Stronger than most, but
be honest. Do you think they are strong and solid defensively?
I think if you say personnel, you'd probably say no. But the way that they defend as a unit, I could argue it's probably top 5 to 7 in the league.
Bro, if Man City, who predominantly play on the front foot in 99.9% of their games, where their defense has looked shaky this season, and they've conceded some silly goals. If they set up in a defensive setup, which would be foreign to most of those players to do it for 90 minutes, I still would expect Arsenal to be able to beat that, because you would pepper their goal, you would have them boxed in, you would have them locked in, mistakes would happen. This is the thing. This is why I'm saying these little signs tell you that he's still not there as a manager in terms of Arteta. And let's not forget, you had to score very late to get anything out of that, or there was a serious head loss coming from your fan base, because he set up with 3 CMs when he should have gone more attacking.
Okay, and again, this is where I say the balance doesn't come with Arsenal, because you're choosing to use the Man City draw at home, as a stick to beat Arteta, opposed to looking at the voodoo that he's actually overcome, i.e. St. James Park, where we don't win there under him, but we went there, we went there, and we actually, from being a goal down, we came back to win the game because of his tactics, because of the way he set up the team, because of the way that he changed.
Why would I not be looking at the Liverpool game and the Man City game? Like, should I sit here and assess how you beat Leeds 5-0?
Wait, just really quickly, you do realize that I don't have to beat Liverpool and Manchester City.
When did I say you did?
To win the league.
Did I say you did?
Because
all I've said, I said I expect an Arsenal team to beat Man City at home every time. I said,
wait, but why would you expect that when the only time that we did that was for the last 2 seasons?
Because you, man, have told me you have the strongest squad in the league. Because you, man, told me you have the strongest squad in the league. Let's get to nuts. Let me ask you this question.
Wait, Real Madrid is one of the best teams in the world. They lose games. Barcelona,
Real Madrid
Barcelona is one of the best teams in the world. They still lose games. Liverpool, the champions of the league last season, have lost 2 games. This Manchester City that you're talking about,
and what's the difference between all those teams you've mentioned and Arsenal?
Yeah, see, what's the And this is where I say the balance doesn't come into Arsenal.
No, the balance is.
You're going to say,
what happens with you, Hooks. You get hurt. Your feelings get hurt when someone
they won trophies.
Your feelings get hurt because someone isn't saying that Arsenal are going to win.
They won trophies. They won trophies. This is what if this is what the conversation all the time about Arsenal is always going to boil down to, as to why we can't have balance and we can't actually look at the good things that Arteta and Arsenal have overcome this season, is because they won trophies. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, what's the difference between Arsenal and Arteta and Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City are trophies? Then there's no point of having a conversation, is there?
Bro, what have I said that's not balanced, bro? What have I said that's not balanced? You just don't like the fact that I haven't predicted Arsenal to win the league.
No, you're refusing to look at what happened at St. James's Park, and
we haven't even got to St. James's Park, bro.
No, because you're focusing on Man City. You're focusing on that Man City game. Even more so than the Liverpool game. You're focusing on that Man City game.
No, because you asked me, why do I not think it will happen? And I was giving you the examples as to why. That's the thing. If you want to ask me, can I make a case for why you would, then I could do that using things like the Leeds game, the Forest game, the Newcastle game. If he was fit, he would have started against Liverpool. Okay, so why did you buy Eze then? Wait, hold on. That's such a dumb point. Why did you buy Eze then? Was Eze fit for that game? Just remind me.
Yeah, Eze was fit, but I'll be honest. I wanted him to start, but I can understand why a manager wouldn't start.
Yeah, but do you see how dumb that comment?
Their new signing in the 10 who hasn't had any game time with the team in the midfield against Liverpool at Anfield.
Bro, don't you run that, bro. Don't you start doing your revisionism. Don't run your revision. Don't run your revisions.
No, I can understand.
You wanted Eze to start. Secondly, Eze hasn't come from Spain.
I want Eze to start every game.
Yes.
Every game. It doesn't matter who it is.
From the beginning of the season, From the beginning
I wanted him to start against Port Vale. So to me, it doesn't matter what game it is. I don't care. It doesn't matter what game it is. I want him to start. But what I'm saying is, because I can look beyond the realms of my personal opinion, and I can put myself into the shoes of someone else. I'm very good at doing that. I used to have to do it in one of my old careers, innit? I'm very good at understanding and having empathy for other people and the decisions that they make. I can understand why a manager
right against Liverpool not to play him from the start.
In my opinion, start him. But hey, Wolfie, I'm not a manager. You see this? You see, I'm on the armchair. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but bro, you can't just say you're an armchair in that conversation and then say you're the all-knowing on Arsenal winning the league, bro. You can't have you're either armchair the whole time or you're not.
No, I'm not the all-knowing.
Okay, I'm saying you can't also get offended when someone sits here and tells you that they don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. I'm not getting offended. Because you turn it to an Arsenal hate thing.
It's a very extreme lack of balance.
Okay, again, what have I said that's not balanced? What have I said that's not balanced?
Extreme.
Okay, instead of the extreme, tell me what I've said that's not balanced.
No. It's not about what. It's not about what you're saying. It's about what you're refusing to say.
Because the question was, why don't you think Arsenal can win the league? If you had asked me why could I make a case for Arsenal to win the league, then I would bring in the positives that I've seen, the squad rotation, the way you did pick up. Let's face it, you haven't scored goals against Newcastle historically at St. James's Park, let alone one. Okay, there are positives, but what I am saying is this, and this is why I back Man City. I don't back Man City, as in I predict Man City, because if Man City are within 4 or 5 points of whoever is at the top of the league, come January, Man City will win this league. It's that simple.
When you say whoever is top of the league,
yeah.
Wait, so you think whoever's top of the league come January, Man City still win the league?
Bro, did you not just hear what I said?
Isn't that what you just said?
No.
What? Wait, that's exactly what you just said, no?
That's not exactly what I just said.
Didn't you just say who? regardless of whoever is top of the league in come January the 1st, Manchester City will win the league. Is that not what you said?
Okay, you're literally missing the most important bit of what I said. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So that's the part that I missed. Sorry, I was bugging.
You have been bugging the whole stream, bro.
No. I was bugging. Wait. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Because again, with Man City, that second half of the season, when they go into title race mode, take last season out of it, they weren't close enough.
No. We don't remove things.
No, we do, because again, this is what my statement was.
Arsenal, though.
Wait,
we don't remove things.
Okay, again, what was my statement?
We don't remove things for Arsenal, but now we're removing things for Man City.
No. What was my statement? If they're within 4 points of the leaders, they will go on to win this league. Were Man City in January within 4 points of the leaders last season?
No.
Okay.
But now, let's see, and this is where we always must have a very balanced conversation. Who has been in their midfield every time they've gone on these mad charges for the title?
Rodri.
And
De Bruyne.
Who's no longer there. Silva isn't the Silva that he was when they was doing all these charges. Mahrez isn't there, and he played a big part. Like the Man City is a different man. It's not Man City with all of these top of their game players that, bro, they're doing it with Doku and Savinho.
Okay.
They got Nico Gonzalez. Rodri isn't going to maintain his fitness the whole way through. We're already seeing him pull up with injuries. It's not going to happen. Okay. He's not going to be as available. They're doing it with it's a bit disrespectful to say a bit part team, but it is a bit part. They had Kyle Walker in his pomp at right back. Okay. Now they've got Rico Lewis, Mateus Nunes.
Okay.
For part of that, they had Vincent Kompany at the back.
Okay.
He's not there no more.
Okay.
You know,
see, this is where you're going.
Hey, Ederson, who played a big part in the way that they played and the way that they dominated teams because they played out from the back. Like there's a lot of context that you're removing. You're just going, Man City, whenever they're usually 4 points behind someone, they usually go on a run and do things, but you're removing the context of the team.
Okay. So
it was,
you know what's interesting? What you can't see that you've just done is
what did I just do?
You just had a go at me to say that, you wanted to talk about the negatives of why they can't win. When I was talking about Arsenal. You've just sat there and tried to find all the negatives in Man City, and I sat there and I waited to hear what you're going to say, because I was going to see at any point, was he going to chuck in the reasons why you should be worried about Man City?
I know why I should be worried.
But you see what I'm saying? But you did that narrative on me, and then I just sat back and waited. I stayed silent as well when you stopped, and that part of the conversation didn't come forward.
But what I was talking about had nothing to do, because I'm counteracting your point.
Okay. So I was right in what I said about Arsenal based on the question then?
No, you wasn't.
Okay.
Well, actually, maybe you could be right, but we won't actually know until the end of the season.
No. Not what I predicted on the question.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like you're trolling me, innit?
I'm not.
It's okay for you to just love Manchester City. It's fine. It's okay. Like,
I don't like Man City, bro. What are you talking about?
It's fine.
Ask me who I want to win the league outside of Forest. Ask me who I want to win the league.
If Ange Postecoglou isn't able to take you to winning the Premier League, who would you want to win?
100% Arsenal. 1,000% Arsenal.
But that's only because because your son supports them count.
even a debate. Not even a debate. If I, as a neutral, had to pick between you, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, I pick Arsenal every single time. But when you ask me who I think is going to win the league, I think Man City will win the league. Bro, growing up watching Fergie and those dickheads, if you asked me back then who I wanted to win the league, I'd have said Arsenal or Chelsea or whoever was up against them. If you asked me who I think was going to win the league, I'd be saying that scumbag team, Man United. This is what Arsenal fans can't remove. They can't remove the fact that people don't have agendas against Arsenal. I'm sure like Spurs fans and everyone, other people do. When I'm a Forest fan with no skin in this game at all, right? Why can't you accept that what I'm saying is just my opinion with no subjectivity to it? It's just what I've seen you boys do under this manager. Now ask me.
I accept it's your opinion. I just think that
okay. Now ask me who I think would win the league if you swap those top 4 managers around in any order.
Again, and here's where, because what you're going to tell me is if Arsenal had any other manager in the league, they would win the league.
No, in those top 4 managers, if you want to pick who you think the best 4 managers are, if you include Arteta in them, if you switch around any of them around, Arsenal win the league every time, in my opinion.
Which we know is factually incorrect because, like, Pep didn't win the league every year with Man City, so he wouldn't win the league every year.
But he would have had your team.
He wouldn't win the league every season with Arsenal because he didn't win the league every season with Man City.
He would have. Your team has been good enough
like,
in the last.
I don't know. Wait, who's your top 4 managers
in the league?
Yeah, who's your top 4 managers?
I would say Pep.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Glasner.
Glasner hasn't won the league every season with Crystal Palace, but carry on.
No, but you ask me who wins the league, or who do I rate as the best managers in the league?
Yeah, no, but you just said of your top 4 managers, rotate any of them with Arsenal, and Arsenal win the league every season.
Oh, Glasner wins the league with Arsenal 100%.
Every season?
Maybe not every season, but more so than Arteta. I said Pep wins with that Arsenal team every season for the last 3 years.
Okay.
You disagree?
I mean, I disagree, but yeah, I disagree.
But was your expectation that Arsenal would have won the league every year in the last 3 years?
No. The only year I expected the only years I expected us to win the league was the 23-24 season and last season. But it came to a point where I was really fighting against it. I was like, we're looking really
okay, so you think 2 out of those 3 seasons then? So 1 season less than what I think.
I still think
which was the year where you were 5 or 8 points clear, whatever it was.
22-23. I didn't think we'd win it that season.
even when you got 8 points clear, didn't it?
I didn't think the whole season that we would win it. Because people were saying you were playing really attacking football, but people forget defensively. We was every time people were attacking against us, it looked dark. Like it was scary when people were attacking.
But you still should have won it that year.
I don't know. I don't know if we had the squad to do it. Because Saliba went out, Tomiyasu was injured, and then we had Rob Holding.
And then you had Thomas Partey playing right back.
Yeah, and it didn't make sense. So I just think, but people wanted, and another reason for no balance when it comes to talking about Arsenal, because people never like to factor that stuff in. Well,
I just think the position you were in, you should have found a way that year.
On the internet is what happens in it, but it's fine because I understand what the internet is. The internet is like a vacuum of like people grab onto one point.
Why do you always bring it to the internet, bro?
This is what the internet is. There's a vacuum. It's a vacuum. Like, and then within that vacuum, if you insult Arsenal, you're praised by the vacuum, and if you don't,
well, you need a new bag in your vacuum cleaner, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like, if you are, God forbid, within that vacuum, if you say something nice about Arsenal, god damn, you're thrown out to the wolves, man. Fucking hell, it's like, oh, it's dark.
Oh, you proper get hurt by what people say about Arsenal, man.
Bro, of course. Arsenal is the longest relationship I've had in my life outside of my parents, bro.
Okay, do you know what shuts people up?
I've been a fan of Arsenal longer than my younger brother has been alive.
Yeah, but it's not the longest relationship in your life, bro.
This is such a random comment.
Just know you sleep with dogs, you get flea. What?
Yeah, I feel like it's a metaphor, but I don't understand what the metaphor is for. So maybe I'm just
literal. Maybe it's literal.
Or maybe it was literal. But yeah, like people say, I find it really weird. Yeah. And when people say this, to me, it just means I'm more of a fan of Arsenal than they're a fan of their club. Yeah. Is you get so emotional when people say bad things about your club. Oh, you get so of course. Why are you chatting rubbish about my club?
No, but a lot of the time people aren't chatting rubbish about your club.
No,
They
are.
Get offended by it.
That's the thing, Wolfie, but they are.
So do you think someone saying that you won't win the league is chatting rubbish about your club?
I mean, anyone can just make blanket statements. Do you know what I mean? But it's more so when people start getting into their reasoning of why Arsenal won't win the league. It's just never really balanced and it never really adds up.
So you don't think my reasoning of Arteta costing you winning the league this season is balanced?
No. Because you're ignoring, like I said, you're ignoring the things that he's changing in his own methodology as a manager to try and take Arsenal to win the league. You're
ignoring the things that he's not.
Yeah, but the things that he's not doing are they're not outweighing the things that he is doing. Like people, okay, cool. There's no world where I want to see Marino, Zubimendi, and Declan Rice in the midfield. But I can understand why you do it. And I can also understand.
But you saying you understand it,
yeah,
that's like acceptance and ignoring.
No, it's not acceptance.
It is.
No, it's not. There's things that I don't agree with in this world that I can understand. This is part of like being an adult. Literally, what it is, just literally it's part of being a human. Like there's things that I don't agree with that I can understand.
Yeah, but
wait, how long have you watched
it?
Wait, can you not understand why he would go to Anfield and play a physical midfield at Anfield? How long have you been watching football? What do you mean you don't understand why he would do?
But understanding it and it being correct are not the same conversation.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Wolfie. If it ends in a draw at Anfield, you probably go, "Oh, that was a smart move from Arteta." Or if we nicked a late goal like them, you probably go, Arteta made the right call there, and then we're having a completely different conversation. So so it's not actually.
Now you're not dealing in facts. You're dealing in coulda, shoulda, woulda.
No, I'm not dealing in coulda, shoulda, woulda.
You are. You literally just said if they nicked a late goal, if you nicked a late goal,
it's just fine margins. Like, do you know what you're doing? You're doing result-based analysis.
I'm doing result-based analysis and performance-based analysis and setup-based analysis on what he's done. That's what I've done, bro. You've literally gone, if we nicked a late goal, if we drew, if buts maybe. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
I'm aware.
If you had nicked a draw.
I'm wait. Maybe you've forgotten. I'm aware, Wolfie. I'm the one that supports Arsenal. I'm aware we didn't win the game.
You're welcome for the kid, bro.
I'm aware that I didn't win the game. Yeah, I'm aware. But hey, I like to think I can talk about football. I can talk about the nuance in football.
Yeah, but there's no.
I don't. Hey, if we want to do the hee ha ha quick shots and all of that, that's what we got Thursday for.
Okay, but we haven't done any of that today, bro. We've discussed two different points of views, yeah. And I'm telling you, there is no harm in you saying that you're not objective about Arsenal, bro. It's like
I'm very objective about Arsenal.
You can't be, man. They're your boys.
I'm objective about Arsenal when I need to be.
No, you're still gonna act from an emotional, subjective opinion on top of the objectivity because they're your boys. You just said longest relationship in your life, right? It's like if my kid does wrong, I'm mad at my kids, but I still will be emotionally attached to the decision I make on the kid. You get me? There's that relationship thing.
I can remove emotion and be objective.
But you don't need to. You don't need to.
But I can.
But you don't need to. Shit,
I think me actually saying that I understand why Arteta would play some of the things that he's played is me actually removing my emotion.
No, it's not, because if you then said I understand and he was wrong to do it and it cost us, that's the difference. That's the objectivity. Understanding.
I don't think but it didn't cost us, because when we lost the game, that wasn't the midfield that was on the pitch.
One sec. No, the point you're not understanding is if you won the game, you'd be sitting 4 points clear.
Yeah, but I'm first
for now.
Yeah.
Bro, don't do the cow thing.
For now. Yeah,
well, you're better than doing the cow thing. You're better than doing the cow
thing. For now, I'm first. Like, regardless of what you think about Arteta, every decision that he's made this season, everything that he's decided to do, everything Arsenal have done has led me to right now, at this very moment, being first.
Okay.
Which leads, and this is what I mean when I say about the balance when it comes to Arsenal. Because if any other manager did this, are they first? First.
Which leads me back to the question.
Why don't you wind down your window before you start driving your car? Like, this is literally what we're doing.
Oh, okay. But then it just leads back to the question of why are you not fully Arteta in then?
Because it takes time. Time is the greatest.
Okay. So why do you, and that's, and let's wrap it up there, bro, on this point, right? So let's say, so why is it that you, who is an Arsenal fan, longest relationship, so on and so forth, you have still not allowed Arteta the free pass yet, but you expect opposition fans or fans that don't support Arsenal to turn around and be like, you haven't accepted Arteta fully back, but we have to. That's the point.
Arteta's was never yours to accept.
No, because what's my argument been? My argument is not about your squad. It is not about your players. It's got nothing to do with that as to why you won't win the league. It's about Arteta. Yet you share the same concerns as me about Arteta, because if you didn't, you'd be like, my bad, I'm wrong. He is the right person. He will lead us to the title, not in spite of him, but because of him.
I don't know if he's the right person to take us over the line until he takes us over the line.
Okay, so why do I have to say that he is, as someone who's not
connected? No, you don't have to say that he is.
Okay, so why is that Arsenal hate by me actually having the same?
It's a lack of balance. It's the cliche thing to say. You're basically just saying what everybody else is saying. You're just saying the cliche.
Yeah, before that, everybody else is right.
You're just saying the cliche thing.
But you are part of the everybody else, bro. You are part of the everybody else.
No. But like, you man just say, "Oh, Arteta won't get Arsenal over that." Like, do you know what? Yeah, I think that I've probably heard people say Arteta won't get Arsenal over the line and process more than anything else on YouTube.
Okay,
that's
so
all everyone says.
So 2 weeks ago, when we were on Potts' channel, did you not sit there and say the players will step up in spite of Arteta?
What I actually said is I believe in the squad, and I think the players can win us something because our squad is that good.
Okay, so that's literally agreeing with what everyone's saying about Arteta, bro.
No, it's not. I don't say that.
Like, if I'm sitting here saying
I don't say these things, and we can. I'll end on this. The difference is I don't say these things unprovoked. You man send out some stupid question about, are you Arteta in or Arteta? Oh, if you don't fully believe in Arteta, then how can you ever believe that Arsenal in the league? And then I go, because I believe in the squad and the players that we have, and I think that they are good enough to win us something, regardless of who's manager. It's not even about Arteta. It's regardless of who's the manager. I don't say these things unprovoked. You, man, provoke me into saying these things. And then, after you provoke me into saying these things, you then, in other arguments, go, oh, but you said this. It's like, well, of course I said it, because you came up with the stupid question first. If I was never asked,
wasn't my question.
I was never asked the stupid question about,
I didn't ask you the question, bro. I didn't ask you the question. It was parts.
I'm just mad. I can't win on YouTube because I'm the one that's being manipulated. And then when I'm being manipulated, I'm the one that's being blamed at the same time. But it's like,
well, I'm not manipulating you, bro. All I'm asking you, I'm just saying to you, you are, without realizing, your concerns are my concerns for Arsenal, and your positives are my positives for Arsenal. This is the thing. And then you turn around and call me an Arsenal hater, which is mad.
You're just offended and upset because I called you an Arsenal hater.
No, I don't care if you think I'm an Arsenal hater. I know who I hate and who I don't. And I'm crystal clear about who I hate and who I don't. Yo, I'm getting out of the t-shirt, man.
Yeah. No, that's because that's my thing. Yeah. I started this thing.
I'm turning up this Thursday without on a t-shirt, man.
Yeah, it's the YouTube thing.
Anyway, let's wrap, bro. Let's wrap, bro. Sorry.
Yeah. But thank people for tuning in. It's been the debate went on a lot longer than what I thought it would. But yeah, big up. Make sure you like it on the way out. Make sure you're subscribing on the way out to me and to Forest Fan TV. I am going to send you over to Never a Foul. So make sure you head over there. And for all of you people that haven't seen it, yeah, I got a new outro.
Man, I lick shot like Shevchenko. I got fam that I getting on my nerves. Feel like man, I itch if that man get killed. Every day trying to get on nerve, but man just swerve, idiot, have a let go. I didn't mean idiot, have a let go. Man, better mind out before they find out. It can get dark when he gets his petrol. Splash all over the pavement curb. Man, know me, I don't play with verbs. Seen too much, I'm aiming first. Man, don't think anymore, man, burst. 18 and a click that's gift and curse. Man, won't limp this biscuit hers. Civilian crashed on LinkedIn works. Got stacks on who's gonna be sprinting first. Them man, now some man. Little idiots don't concern, man.